Dear viewers, behind the glittering lights of Dubai, its towering skyscrapers, fast cars, and dazzling lifestyle, lies a darkness so deep that it shakes the conscience of humanity. On the surface, this city is counted among the safest and most illuminated places in the world. But behind this brightness exist demonic shadows, so terrifying that even the faintest whisper spoken there trembles with fear. And hidden within these shadows continues a horrifying trade that most people dismiss as rumors, jokes, or social media memes. But the reality is far more dangerous, organized, and devastating. It is a world where a woman's dignity, her breath, her dreams, and even her will to live are bought for a few $1,000s. A world where even human death becomes part of the business, where countless girls who enter never return. Yes, today we are lifting the veil from the infamous porta party, Dubai's secret gatherings, where women brought from foreign countries, with the promise of jobs, are pushed into an inhuman, degrading trade. How their lives are destroyed is something you must watch till the very end and share with others. Friends, you may already know that millions of people from poorer countries dream of going to Dubai to improve their lives, and among them is a large number of women. But what actually happens inside Dubai's luxurious towers is something many of them have no idea about. Lured by golden dreams and attractive salary packages, they travel to Dubai, and that is when the real game begins. In this age of social media, the recruitment method has become frighteningly easy. Fake profiles on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Telegram, and WhatsApp. False modeling offers. Invitations to host high-profile events. Free tickets, or huge payouts for spending a few hours with a wealthy client. These are all part of a well-organized trap. Behind it operate powerful gangs, agents, and international networks. They specifically target financially struggling women, longing for a better future, or those with limited job opportunities. They are promised that their lives will change the moment they step into Dubai. But what they are not told is that the path to Dubai actually leads to the hidden gates of slavery. The moment they arrive, their passports are taken away. They are informed that their visa, ticket, accommodation, and other expenses amount to a large debt, one they must repay at any cost. That very moment, their freedom ends. These women are locked in apartments, sometimes 50 at a time. Cameras monitor every door. Every call is recorded. Phone access is restricted. And each woman is told she no longer has a right to her own choices. They are forced to fulfill the demands of clients. If they refuse, they are threatened with fabricated prostitution charges, deportation, or the threat of leaking their videos to their families. But the real nightmare begins when they are sent to the so-called porta parties, secret, sickening gatherings known for extreme abuse. The men attending these parties are not just morally corrupt. They are intoxicated by a level of power and wealth that destroys all limits of humanity. Women are tortured, humiliated, forced into degrading acts. Their videos are recorded, some are drugged, and many lose their lives in those dark rooms. according to the victims. These parties are far more brutal than prostitution or human trafficking. Here, the last wall of humanity collapses. A woman is treated as nothing but an object, a toy with a price tag. Past incidents have exposed the truth of this filthy industry, especially involving African women. But a recent BBC investigation revealed that the victims are not limited to any one region. Women from the Middle East, South Asia, Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Latin America, and Europe have all fallen prey to this network. The difference is that women from economically weak countries are easier to trap through financial desperation. That is why they are the majority of the victims. This is a global, organized mafia with deep roots. Many cases are buried before they even reach the surface. One prominent figure in this network was Charles Misva, a man proven through testimonies, videos, and secret recordings to be actively involved in recruitment, debt bondage, exploitation, and threats. He trapped girls in debt and forced them into humiliating activities. When he stayed in Dubai, he issued orders through messages. When in London, he searched for new victims. Shockingly, when BBC questioned him, he immediately fled, switched off his phone, and denied everything. If everything was a lie, then why did he run? Why change numbers repeatedly? Why hide his location? These questions alarmed global media and human rights organizations. The most tragic part is that many of these women meet their end in anonymity. Their deaths are labeled as accidents, suicides, or medical complications. Autopsy reports are altered. Police records are softened. Some bodies return home in horrific conditions. Clear evidence that the real story was far darker. The situation becomes even more complicated because the victims have no legal strength. Without passports, limited visas, no consular access, and no evidence left by the time they return home, they suffer in silence. Many never speak, fearing for their families or future. Technology is weaponized against them. Fake profiles, stored chats, and saved photos are used as tools of blackmail. Their mobile data, ID cards, passports, and personal information are seized to keep them under total control. All of this has one purpose: destroy resistance, intensify fear, and break the victim completely. This entire system is a failure of humanity, a battlefield where the weak always lose, where hope is strangled, where justice remains buried, and where a woman becomes nothing more than a commodity. This global network can only be dismantled when governments, institutions, media, human rights organizations, and ordinary people unite and raise their voices. Silence only fuels this industry, and every day another girl loses her life, her dignity, and her future to this darkness. Exposing the shadows hidden behind Dubai's shining lights is the first step toward winning this fight. Protecting a woman's safety, freedom, and dignity is not a debate. It is a fundamental human right. And safeguarding that right is the responsibility of every person who claims to be human. So raise your voice with us, so this network meets its end.